Well, it's the 6th of June. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Sun is hot. The sky is a beautiful blue with nice white fluffy clouds, as you see there. And here we go again, another project. So basically, I have built a platform for a 10-foot diameter Walmart pool that sells for like 50 bucks. We usually put it up just to splash in for the summer and then take it down. But last year we tried to put it on this ground here, and as you can see, if you look at the overall slant of the ground, it wasn't even, so the water was all piled on one end of the pool, which kind of made the mess of the pool. But we threw that pool away. We'd used it for 3 years. You figure less than $20 per year for a pool plus chemicals, which run you another 50 bucks per year. That's the way to go if you don't want to take care of a giant pool, which can be not only expensive to install but very expensive to maintain. But anyways, this is 10-foot square, and as you can see, I've got about 13 posts in the ground, which I've concreted except for one there in the middle. Got some excess concrete through it here in the corner because I was finished with what I was doing at the time, and it's a quick set concrete, gives you about 20 to 30 minutes to work with. Got hangers on all the 2x6s. These are all 2x6s, and then each one of these 2x6s here is going to get another 4x4 there and one there post all the way across. So there's another stringer to put in on the, or you see the hanger that's empty over there and there, and then each one of them will get 2 posts for stability and for the weight. Now, in case you think this is a bit extreme, I did the calculation on this. This pool holds 1,160 gallons at 8 pounds, 8.3 I think it is, or something like that per gallon for water. Honey, which I'm a beekeeper, weighs 12 pounds per gallon. It's more viscous, it's thicker. But water is 8.3 I think, but at least it's 8 plus pounds. If you multiply 8.3 times 1160, you come out with basically somewhere approximately around 9 and a quarter I think it is. Maybe it's 9.5, but 9 and a quarter at least pound, 9,000 something pounds, but it turns out to be 4 and a quarter plus tons. Yeah, that's tons. Think about it. 2,000 pounds per ton into 9,000. You come out with 4 something. 4.8 I think it is actually. 4.8, not 4 and a quarter. 4.8 tons. So before you go like I did, just slapping one together and thinking it's going to work, you better do your calculations. I didn't do that. I didn't think water would be all that. I didn't think there was that much water in the pool, but when you get it halfway full and it starts creaking, you know you did it wrong. But anyways, this one is not going to falter. This particular deck you see in my backyard is a 16 foot by 40, if I remember right. I put it up 17 years plus ago when we moved into this house, and it's stood the test of time. I used a substance on it this year to clean it up from the mold and stuff called, I think it's called Wet and Go, and you spray it on after you buy it in a diluted half-gallon or gallon container. Half gallons are like 17 bucks. And it's a 5-to-1 dilution with water. You kind of wet your deck first, and then you spray it on, and then every time it rains, it continues to activate for about 6 months, and it pulls all the fungus and the mold and stuff out of your deck, and it kind of just comes back to its natural color. It's only about a month since I did it, and it's lightened up quite a bit already. So I'm really impressed with the stuff. So we'll see how that goes, but that's how much it took to get this puppy level. I'll take a few more pictures or videos when I get more done, and when it's finished, of course, and then I'll put it all together and put it on YouTube. This is G. Wooster signing off. So now it's about, I suppose it's about 7:30, quarter to 8, and finished all the digging of the post holes and filling them with the post, of course, and now each post is bolted to the 2x6 with washers on either side. So I've got 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9 holes to fill that I haven't filled with concrete, and I'll be done for the evening. Tomorrow I plan on putting some cross braces in and to toughen it up and to make it a better platform for the plywood that's going on, which is going to be 5/8 CDX, and that's the plan. So we'll take another picture when we get that done. So there we have it. All the holes are filled with concrete. Just have a couple I want to top off in the morning. I'm too tired to mess with it right now. So this is the next day, which would be, what, the 7th? Whatever. But it's Saturday in June, and it's about, probably 11 o'clock. Got an earlier start today when it wasn't quite so hot, and get down here off this step on the deck, and now I've got all your cross ties or braces in, kind of hold the way to the pool. And as you can see, all your posts are bolted, all of them, no exceptions. And where they're not bolted, if there's one or two, because I can't get them like back against this existing deck, I use lag bolts and screwed them in with a socket set. So now I'm basically ready to put the deck on. Poured all the concrete last night, and it's hard enough to do that, so it was a quick set, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. So it's going to take about not quite 4 sheets of 4x8. It's a 10x10. I'll continue when I get past the next step. So I didn't quite like what the finished product was, so I added 3 more posts, 2 in the center, bolted again, and 1 more over on that side toward the back of the yard, just to give it an extra support on the weight to swing toward that corner. So all in all, I think there's 23 posts. Thank goodness we've had some nice rains, and it wasn't that hard to dig them. So there, substructure is finished. All I got to do is slap on the plywood and give it a coat of paint, and we're ready. In about next weekend, because I'm going to let that concrete really set up good. Give it a little moisture here and there with spray to harden it up good. So, until we meet again. Okay, so now it's actually done. You see the 2x6s laid on their side on this end here. That's where your 4x8 sheet's going to come up this way, and then this is going to be the overlap of 2 feet. So a little bit, that's where you can nail to either side of the board. Then on the far end, there's more closer spacing there, because I'm going to have a strip coming up that's only 2 feet wide going that way to finish off the 8 plus 2 on the end and 8 plus 2 on this end. You have to have something to nail to, obviously. I'll tell you, this thing will not come down probably even in a tornado. Much like this deck, it was built even tougher than this. Way tougher than this. And I built that 17 years ago. So, my wife's in the yard digging in her flower beds, and I'm over here drinking some Kool-Aid. Because too many drinks that I try to consume have artificial sweeteners, and I'm a diabetic, and it just doesn't work, you know. They have so much crap. Splenda and aspartame and, oh gosh, all these other things. I think those things are probably killing the population just slowly. But anyways, I checked my beehives today. First one you see over there, it's got a queen in each side. And the next one is a new package. It has a queen released. I found her, but she isn't laying yet. She's only been in there 7 days since she got here. And this one's another polymerized double nook. Had queen cells that look like they had emerged in one side. That she may not be mated yet. That was about a week ago. On the other side, it's got cleaned out cells, but I didn't see any brood or eggs in either side. And the end one is my wife's garden hive, and it's got chalk brood or some weird crap going on. It's not foul brood or anything like that, so I'm going to just probably completely redo that hive 2 weeks from now when I start making my own queens. And the final hive is over there. I'll walk around here so you can see it. It's right there. And that's got a pretty good queen down on the bottom, medium. And she just moved up into the second medium. And it's, well, I shouldn't say just. They've actually packed 3 frames on either side with honey, and she's in the middle 2 frames right now, and I gave him a new super on top of that, so it's 3 mediums deep. And there's a observation doodad on the top. You just lift the lid and you can look in the hive like that. And so you can see when it starts to get packed, and then you know it's time to add another super. So much for that, but it's been an interesting day. I'll show you when I got the deck covered, the pool deck covered. So now it's Monday, and I got tired of the day being half overcast and half blue sky, so went ahead and covered it anyways, and got a tarp, as you can see over there on the corner, 12 by 9. Going to cover most of this, and then I have another smaller tarp. I'll cover the 1 foot that isn't covered, and put some weights on it so the rain, we're supposed to have rain the next 4 days, so I'd rather keep this dry till I get it painted. But that's what it looks like. There's a 10 by 10 square for you, for a 10-foot diameter pool that's 2.5 feet deep. I wish it was full right now, but hey. I took some old lumber that I had left over there, some that's left over from the other attempt that was worthless, and some of the lumber that I didn't want to keep around. I had an old cherry tree over here that got some sort of blight and just killed it, so we just got through chopping it up, and I took some of the old timbers and a 2x6s and made 2 grow boxes, and I'm going to outline those with a spade and dig up the sod, and then submerge those in the ground about, probably an inch or so, and then I'm going to fill each with some nice good garden soil Miracle Grow, just regular garden soil, none of that fancy stuff with the percolite and all that other stuff in it, but just some good soil. And then I'm going to plant some watermelon. Yep, you got it, watermelon, because I love watermelon. And yes, you can grow it in that smaller space. You just have to know how. Look it up on YouTube. And here's my my Walmart grow bag garden. Each of these pools has 9 bags, I think, 8 or 9 bags, and I got tomatoes and all kinds of herbs growing in this one over here, and there's 9 tomato plants, and there's peppers, 2 kinds of peppers growing here. There's one kind over here, and one's yellow and one's a white long pepper, and this is a yellow bell, and they're both sweet. And here's the other pool. I got 4 cabbages growing, and they're huge. This is like 3 weeks growth. I've got rutabagas and corn, 10 stalks of corn, which should give me about 20 years. I know it's easier to buy, but hey, I like to grow things. And there's sweet potatoes here and here. And then here's beets for the wife. I don't particularly care for them unless they're steamed. Then here's carrots in here. And there's an herb garden with 4 herbs in here: sage, basil, turmeric, and several others. And they're going to seed, so we're going to have to cut some of that back. And there's my one cherry that's still growing out of the 2 trees, and that's a yellow cherry. Yep, so I'm glad I got this thing done. So now we're going to wait to get it painted, and then I'm going to put a privacy thing up around it after the pool's up, and we've already got the fabric that we purchased for that. So that gives us a little bit of privacy. We do a lot of stuff in our backyard. A lot of people never step out their back door, but hey, that's their problem, not mine. Must be boring people. But anyways, that's all for now. I'll take a picture of it when the pool's up and let you see what the finished product looks like. G. Wooster signing off. Well, we're in the 2nd week of June 2014, and this is the tail end of my, or sort of the tail end. I might put just one more addition to this after I put the privacy fabric around the outside on posts. But this is my finish of my deck that I constructed, and now you can see the 10-foot diameter Walmart pool with filter running, and a cover, which we did not get at Walmart. We have a much bigger one, which is kind of cumbersome, but my wife found this, I'm not sure where, but just to give you an idea what the finished product looks like. There's the deck. There's the opening we created with a pair of steps, and here's the, I just tucked that tarp up under the cover so I could cut the grass without running into the tarp yesterday. But it's going to be cut so that it just is a circle underneath the deck, so this won't be out here. I'll do that today. But back up on this step up here and give you kind of an above view. This is kind of 10 o'clock in the morning. So there's the side yard kind of overview, but and there's the back gate. There's a honeysuckle growing over the top. That's got to be trimmed now that it's bloomed. So we'll trim that up nice and neat. So that's what it looks like. This is G. Wooster signing off. This is July the 3rd, Thursday. I'm going toward my backyard just to show you what the finished product of the Walmart pool on the platform that I built looks like. My wife got the fabric surround. She ordered it over the internet. I've got a float inside the cover here, and there's your surround, and there's the pool. It's an overcast, dreary, rainy, not so nice day so far. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning, and here's our gazebo with my suspenders hanging over the chair. Flowers everywhere, and this is my hive on the back of the deck, and I'll show you what the pool looks like from the overall perspective of the deck. So there's the deck, peach tree, entire deck, with a hive right there, just next to the stair rail, and there's the pool on the end. I'll walk around my tomatoes and corner garden for flowers, and this is a trellis that the watermelon are going to climb up, and you see them growing there. This is a cherry tree. This is my Walmart grow bag garden. You can look up air root pruning if you want to find out how that's done. It's pretty simple and it's very inexpensive. And it's a lot of fun. Look at all those nice tomatoes growing. We've got sweet peppers and cabbage and beets and sweet potatoes and corn and rutabagas and all kinds of things growing. Here's another view. You can see the green peppers, and this one over here is a long, kind of a creamy colored sweet pepper. Here it is starting to grow a little longer, but it gets about 6-8 inches long. And there's what the pool looks like from where the hives are sitting. And each of these hives that you see right there and there and there are doubles. They're double milks, polymerized. You can look up Michael Palmer on the Self-Sustainable Apiary, and you'll find out all about that technique. This particular one is got 10 queen cells that are being in the production state, and so when I got 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. That's a new one I did yesterday, from frames from various hives. And this is a cool day. It's probably not even 60 degrees right now, which is kind of weird, since we had close to 90 the other day. And then here's the final temp. I think, what did I say, 9th? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, this is the 9th hive right here. Give you a real good close-up. There you go. So that's my backyard as of this date. And this is a lilac tree, which we bought when it was about a foot tall, and one of those knockout roses. So this is kind of a fun backyard with plenty to do, and we spend a lot of time in our backyard. I know there's some people that never go out their back door, but hey, to each his own, you know. Feel sorry for them. Missing a lot in life. So that's what the old pool and backyard looks like. And there's my side garden. And there's one on the other side of the house, and there's one in the front. And that big tree that you see out there in the distance in my front yard, that's the Shiro, or yellow Japanese plum. And those two shrubs you see, those are filberts, better known as hazelnuts.